Hey, what's happening, gamers? It's Amber here with Kwingsletsplays. Hope you guys are all having a great day. Apologies that the stream is late. Like, kind of personal, but we were just on the phone with Luke's family. Luke wanted me to be on the phone too, since, of course, it's my family as well. So if you guys can, keep Luke's grandma in your thoughts and prayers. She's not doing well, and, thank you guys for praying for her, and we did tell her that, people are praying for her, and I think it meant a lot to her. But she cannot talk right now, so she's just not doing well, but I think she did, respond when, we did tell her that a lot of people are, keeping her in their thoughts and prayers. So, Luke is not going to be on this video because he needs to sleep. He's having a pretty rough day. Yeah. Anyways, so, I'm not having a rough day because Vikings don't have rough days. Vikings just go through it and go. Alright, so we've got Game Wing, Dozen Our Later Gator in here, and we can try to get some more people in here, guys and gals. Let's try to get, people in here, guys. Okay. Alright, let's get, okay, so let's try to get, I don't know, who wants to play? I'll just try to invite some people, guys, and then we'll see who's in here. Alright, I sent some invites. Alright, so I sent some invites, we got some people in here. Okay. Alright, oh, actually, we're gonna be doing the Punisher. So, Luke really wants to show off, the MC Black Widow, so we're doing the Punisher today. So that means he will show her off a different day. Also, I really do like, so actually, let's see, here we go. Oh, whoops, oh no! Time to punish some evildoers. Yep, exactly. Okay, you haven't watched anything since 2019? Okay, Marie, well, you can always start again, I guess. You'll probably lose track of us tomorrow, but at least you're here today. We are Shadowman channel, so most likely, if you haven't seen us in a while, it's probably because there's no notifications going out. You can always sign up for our newsletter, Kwingsletsplays.com, if you want. Because we don't have any. So we actually did get this off the Battle Pass, and this is the skin Luke was like, ooh, Punisher 20.99. So this skin is actually available in the item shop. It does look pretty sweet. But we're going to show off, this is the base Punisher. This is the default, and it looks pretty awesome, actually. Alright, guys, so let's go, I don't know what people say. Bust some skulls or whatever people say. Alright, let's go. Okay, Dragon Lord, I understand. Thank you for hanging out. Okay, I understand, Red Dot. Okay, so I'm going to do the best I can to get people in. I'm slightly less stressed out now. My husband knows that his family member is sick, and he was able to call them, so I feel way less stressed out. It's very hard for me because it's like, if my husband doesn't... It's hard when my... I've been, blamed for things by their family, saying it's my fault that Luke didn't call or something, when how is that my fault? When my husband works overnight, but whatevers. So it's very stressful for me, so, the fact that he actually called them, I feel way less stressed out, so apologies if I was stressed out last stream, which I was. Hopefully I should be regular Amber now. So we got Jotaro, Lord Draken, Later Gator Dozen, Arcane Wing, and me. Okay, guys, we're ready to go. You're playing a rocket? Awesome. Punisher with the correct attitude to crime. Heh says Jotaro. Yeah. Alright. Yep. So hopefully you guys are having a great day. Great to see you, Max, and everyone. Hope you guys are all doing well. And, hi, OH, and, Dozenar, Game Wing, and, Garrett, and, everyone, Anthony, J-Loom, everyone. Good to see you guys and gals.
You'll need a
Alright, so
top-notch
we're gonna
team
be the
to win
Punisher
this one.
today. I didn't even advertise this on social media, so I'll try to do that when I get a chance. Due to the lore, he's been $20.99 this game. Oh, okay, interesting, Dragon Lord. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, I mean, the $20.99 one looks awesome, honestly. It looks really cool. Hi, OH. Hi, everyone.
Weapons are tools, and I'm the master craftsman.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Alright, guys. So...
Hey, I like your firearms. Never thought I'd find someone with the same taste on this backward planet.
Yeah? What do you got in your trash can?
Let's see. Ion turret, photon reaction chain gun, mini black hole.
War journal entry. This world is
The battle starts in 5,
A talking
4,
raccoon's got better
3,
guns than me.
2, 1. Don't forget, securing the mission area is your top priority.
If I could get a look at Doom's machine, I could solve this problem by lunchtime.
Get ready to lock and overload.
Okay, guys, I'm almost there. Sorry, everyone. Okay. Yep, don't forget to like and share, everyone, so we can get more of these. Last stream was a before 3 o'clock stream, so this one is an after 3 o'clock stream, which means, I mean, I really hope Luke doesn't do it to me again, because one time I told everyone, we're not doing another episode until 1,000 views, then Luke told everyone, no, you don't need to get 1,000 views because it was, quote, just Amber, and then nobody liked the video or shared it or watched it, which was disappointing. So as far as I know, videos after 4 o'clock need to get 1,000 views. I fail to see any reason why me being on the stream would make any difference in that. We still need the views, regardless of if he's here or not.
We are undefeatable!
Out of sight! I'm hunkering down.
Heads up, we got an arm.
You're my kind of rodent.
Now I have to keep...
Another one bites the dust.
Leave them to unshoot!
I'll patch you up.
Judge! Jury! Executioner!
Me. I'm just dying.
Blaze of glory!
There's more than one.
Shoot, squeeze the barrel. Heads up! Hostiles!
Pulse charge! On your back! Fire!
Another one bites
Great
the
job,
dust.
everyone. I don't know what those people were doing, but they were a bunch of jerks. Camping outside our, like, entrance area? Wow. Unbelievable. Yeah, let's have a nice and fair, honest game of this game. Oh, wait. It's like, what? Come on, come on. Come on now.
Enemies on approach.
Out of sight!
No.
My friends are here!
Oh,
Only
you get
60
disconnected?
seconds left.
Okay.
We are undefeated!
No worries, later, Gator. Understandable.
Tony's down? Oh no!
Out of sight!
I don't think that's the welcoming committee.
Down to 30 seconds!
Okay. Alright, guys.
You're mine.
Oh, we're up against it! Gotta fight harder!
Get down! Lead them to consume!
Wow. Hi, Miss Dana. Hi, everyone.
Moon haunts you!
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Uh-oh.
It's fighter time! Well, you can't expect to win them all.
Hi, J-Cat. Hi, everyone. Alright, great job, everybody. Well, that team was annoying. Okay. Okay, guys, so let's check out the... Okay, great, Jotaro, SVP. As Black Widow, awesome.
Another one bites the dust.
Lead them to consume!
Alright, guys, great job, Jotaro. Okay, great. Great. Let's go to Dozen R.
Get up! I'm not done!
Okay. Alright, guys, we've got Lord Dragon over here as little guy, little raccoon.
I'll patch you up.
Someone scratch my back!
Alright. Okay, guys, don't forget to like and share as it helps out a lot. So you get to study Kung Fu tomorrow? Awesome, Raspberry. It's great. Yep, there's a space for you, later, Gator. Okay, great job. Okay, guys, and here's Game Wing.
Maximum pulse!
Alright, great job, everyone.
Nobody can hang with the pulse cannon.
Oh my gosh. Alright, guys. Alright, great job, everyone. I guess I can show myself off. I don't know how well I did, but...
Judge! Jury! Executioner! Blaze of glory!
Alright, great. We already did that. Okay, great. Okay, guys. Great job, everyone. Okay, so we're gonna go back and fetch Later Gator because he got kicked out. So great job, guys. Okay. Oh, I understand, KO. You guys don't need to be sorry about anything. People have things to do. I understand. You're fine. Okay, guys, so let's get into a match again. Yep, so thank you guys and gals again for keeping Luke's grandma in your thoughts and prayers. Luke was able to call his
You'll
grandma.
need a top-notch team to win this
So, so I feel much better. I feel much better that he was able to call his grandma, because, like, it's my job as, like, the woman or whatever to get him to remember to call people, because it's like, Luke, work, so it's like, you know, I have to get him to, you know, call people and stuff. He probably would have, but I just wanted him to get. He works a lot, so.
I'm a blunt instrument. That's how I like it.
Alright.
30 seconds before you
Yeah,
attack.
he
Get
was able to
ready.
call her. She couldn't respond. She's not able to talk very
You
much.
and me, Spectre,
So-
we're two of a kind.
You're not as crazy as I am.
That's not it. We're alike because we both know there are some problems that
But
can only be
yeah,
solved
his
by
dad
force.
was able to hear what she was able to hear what he said, and he said some very
The
sweet.
battle starts in 5, 4,
He had a very
3, 2,
he just thanked her for being his grandma and all the good times that they had together. So that was nice. Great job, everyone. Sorry for your loss, Garrett. Sorry to hear that. Thanks, Later Gator. Thanks, Garrett. Thanks, everyone. Yeah.
You're welcome. Wait.
We've gotten his guardian weapon to deliver. Let's get those goats going.
Me.
Smoke screen.
Great job, everybody.
Enemies on approach. Where there's one on, there are probably more.
You're welcome. Punish yourself. Someone.
That feels better.
Frank is the like a Gears of War character in here. Interesting.
All be my family, but not today.
Yeah, he's pretty. Punisher is pretty cool in this. All right, Lord Draken is Winter Soldier. Awesome.
Get that vehicle moving again.
The moon haunts you.
Thanks for playing with me, Lord Draken, and Later Gator, and Game Wing, and everyone. Thank you guys.
Step lively, or Loki's gonna have all the Chronovium he wants.
I'm stressed out because I have to go see. Luke's sister is like super abusive, like, and I just really don't want to see her. But I mean, I don't have any choice. I think it would be good to see him. At least it would be good to like be able to see her in a normal. Like, hopefully she won't be completely rude. Last time Luke's grandfather died, she was really rude to me at the funeral, so I don't know what her problem is. Like, I guess there was like a solo that she wanted in high school that I went to the same high school with her, and I got it over her, and she's been like memeing ever since, even though it's literally 20 years later. And it's literally when we were teenagers that she didn't like me, and like I've been married to her brother for over 15 years, and she's still angry about something like some solo I got when I was in high school. It's just crazy. So I hope she behaves herself, but she probably won't, but it sucks. She's also really mean to Luke from something, basically she had a boyfriend that was like very abusive to her, and Luke actually basically told him like no means no, and he he was basically to the like Luke's sister's boyfriend was like abusing her to the point where everyone in the entire school was saying stuff about it. And she was like, everyone was talking behind her back because he was treating her so badly. To the point where Luke actually punched the guy. And to this day, his sister treats him terribly. Like, she is very abusive to him because of him standing up to, like, her awful boyfriend. Like, he stood up for his sister, and she, like, repaid him by being completely verbally abusive and toxic to him, like 24/7. He's always like literally extremely mean, like to the point where I've never met anyone so mean. Like I've actually been around other abusive people and I've hardly met anyone as mean as that, like ever. So I really hope that he doesn't, you know, I really hope that she acts normal. But if she doesn't, I'm just gonna completely ignore her and just not worry about it.
Well, you can't expect to
You know, I'm just gonna like, whatever. I'm just gonna like, if she says something to me, I'm just not gonna respond. I'm just gonna sit there and not say anything back. Alright, great job. That's the best thing you could do. Like, I might even bring earplugs. Like, I think, like his sister isn't there right now, but she'll be there at the funeral, so it's like, I'm just gonna bring like earplugs. That way if she says something to me, then I won't even react because I won't even hear what she's saying. Honestly, like I've thought about that before and I think that's actually not a bad idea. It's just bringing earplugs and you don't hear what people are saying to you. I should do that when I'm streaming. Well, I should bring eye plugs and I don't see what people say to me in the chat. Yeah, exactly, Messiah. And she's not even married to the guy. The guy, like, literally...
I am ready to put on a show!
Like, basically, like, I don't want to go into it because, like, I don't want to invade her privacy too much, but basically, there were a few times in which he tried to, like, do certain things to her or whatever, and she said no, and he did it anyways. Like, I don't know what happened, but all I know is that she was not being treated well, and everyone in the entire school, like, I was in her choir in school when I was in high school, and the girls that I knew used to talk about her behind her back, saying how horribly her boyfriend treats her, and she used to act, like, scared and timid and shy. Whenever she was around him, she acted afraid of him, her boyfriend, and to the point where he came around after she had literally been hurt by him doing something. I don't know. But he came around and he was trying to go see, like, Luke's dad had told, like, from what I remember is, like, Luke's sister's boyfriend basically put Luke's father in the hospital with a heart attack because he had stressed their family out so much because he basically was dividing, Luke's sister's boyfriend was dividing their family so much that what was happening was Luke's father and mother told their daughter, Luke's sister, she could not see this guy anymore because he was being very rude to not only Luke and his own girlfriend, but also he was also being rude to her parents, Luke's parents. And literally, and that's the odd thing is that her parents actually took the sister's side, even though Luke actually was standing up for them. Yeah, so it's just very strange that, like, Luke actually, and the funny thing is that this guy actually was one of Luke's best friends, and it turns out that he actually pretended to be Luke's best friend just so he could end up with Luke's sister. Like, that's literally how sick, like, the guy is. And, like, as soon as, like, they were in a relationship for, like, 4 or 5 years in high school, to the point where, like, you know, and get this, like, Luke's family is a pastor's family, so they're very, like, very strict and very, you know, like, they would not, like, you know, you wouldn't, like, you know what I mean, like, you would not go, you know what I'm saying, I don't know if you guys know what I'm saying, but, like, the pastor's family, like, you would not you know, you would not be out late at night with a guy and a girl in a room together or anything like this, and obviously they didn't do that, but Luke's sister used to actually leave the house in high school and crawl out the window to see this guy, and literally it was stressing her Luke's mom out so much. They were having stress, and they were like, it was literally causing his family, who was like in their 50s, extreme stress. Like, this guy had no respect for his family, and then this guy came around, and he had already told this guy, like, no means no. Like, if a, you know, like, if you want to kiss a girl or something, and she says no, you do not kiss her then, because that is violating her. So this guy is a moron, did not realize that, is an idiot, and didn't understand that. The guy obviously did something, like, I don't know to this day what he did to Luke's sister, but he obviously did something horrible to her. And Luke was furious with this guy. And, so he, you know, he decked him. Luke decked the guy on his porch. Like, he came around trying to, come to see Luke's sister, who was like 2.5 years younger than him. And, Luke came back from college in New York, and the guy was coming around the house looking for his sister again, after his father and mother had already said she was not allowed to see. She could not date this guy at all, because, you know, as long as they're under their roof, she could not date him, anything. It was destroying their family. The guy came around even after that, no regard for anything, like, literally making really weird jokes at the table, like, literally, like, Luke's family. That's part of the reason why I'm so mistreated by Luke's family, is this guy came around first and acted very rudely to Luke's parents, and I got the brunt of all of that, because I didn't do anything mean to Luke's family ever. I was always a sweetheart, I always was respectful, but this guy was, like, you know, literally the devil. Like, Luke's sister basically dated the devil, like, basically dated Satan. Like, the guy was horrible, like, horrible human being. And then, and also, not only did he have a reputation in the high school, like, this high school has a 2,000 people were at our high school. So when you had a reputation at this high school, you had a reputation. This is a high school in which people from all over the entire area, it was the biggest school in, like, several counties. So you had people from, like, every neighboring town combined. And even people that had formerly, you know, like, you know, this is, like, in, like, Chicago area high school, like 2 hours from Chicago, but there was a number, like, I would say at least, you know, I would say at least 15 towns were going to this one high school, or bus there. Because I used to live in a small town around that area, and I was bussed in. I had to go on the bus an hour to get to this high school. So this high school was, like, the only high school within an hour away of, like, tons of different towns. And not only did SVP doesn't art, and not only did this did Luke's sister have a reputation in that high school for being abused, but not only that, but that guy who was abusing her had a reputation for being a player. Like, every class I was in, I was in his classes. He was 1 year older than Luke's sister. I was in his classes. He flirted with every single girl in the class. And I'm sure he was dating multiple girls at once. And, so, like, you know, like, Luke decking this guy, he should have done much worse. I mean, the guy should have been in prison, I think. I don't know what the guy did, But honestly, like, Luke literally went easy on the guy. I mean, he should have punched him harder. Guy was a complete snake in the grass. And this guy was still, like, literally, I believe, you know, I just know that Luke's family said, absolutely, you may not see her, you may not talk to her, get out of our, because Luke's family, and Luke's dad was in the hospital at one point, almost had a heart attack because of this guy, with all the stress that he caused. You know, and of course, this is how these guys are, though. These player types, they always go for the church girl because they think that it's a challenge for them. Like, let's see how far I can go with this innocent church nun girl. That's their deal. Then after that, then they're gonna throw her away and just move on to the next lady. So this guy was absolutely not, like, literally not on the up and up at all. Like, this guy was a complete jerk. But anyways, okay, we'll go one more round because I can't even, we'll go one more round and then I'm gonna get more people in. But anyways, yeah, then Luke literally punched the guy, literally, like, knocked him out on the porch of his family's house. Knocked the guy out. And this is a guy that used to be his friend. Because, you know, he chose his sister over his friend. And in response, Luke has been mistreated by not only his sister, but his entire family. Like, his sister lies about him all the time and says, you know, like, all kinds of horrible things about him and lies about me and everything. Like, and she hates me. Like, she absolutely hates me because, like, she loves singing and she was angry that I got the solo. In fact, part of the reason I didn't go to music school is because of her, because I backed off doing, trying out for solos, even though I really wanted them because I thought I was offending her. Now I don't even have a music career because, you know, I tried to make her feel better, but it doesn't matter. She's still a jerk. Yeah, I mean, honestly, this guy is such a, word I can't say. And, like, and then after, like, finally, his sister finally broke it off with them, with this guy, like, unbelievable. Like, when she was with him, like, she got angry if Luke wouldn't talk to him. Then when she broke it off with him, like, then she gets angry if the guy tries to talk to him again, like, and be his friend. She's very, like, narcissistic. Like, his sister is more abusive than I know abusive family members, and she's more abusive than the other women that I know that are abusive. And, yeah, she's just horrible. And, yeah, and basically, yeah, it started because of this. I mean, I think it would have started anyway. I think she's just a mean person. But, not mean, I mean, I think she's just demonic. But, yeah, she's just awful. But, yeah. So, if she says something to me, I'm just gonna, like, I'm just gonna put earplugs in, honestly, because I just don't think I can handle whatever she's gonna say to me. Whatever it is, it's gonna be nasty, so I'm just gonna, like, ignore her, like, I mean, honestly, what I would like to do is I would like to go in the parking lot with her because I really think I could take her because I did used to play soccer and I literally think I could make her shut up in a different way except for words, but I guess I should just be a normal person, but she makes me very angry. Like, I would not fight most people, but I would definitely fight her. I would definitely want to shut her up because she is just really aggravating, but that's all I have to say, but I don't know. So yeah, she is not a good person. But yeah, I mean, like, if somebody decked my boyfriend and my boyfriend had, you know, tried to push me too far or had been abusive to me, and my brother decked the guy, I would be nicer to my brother. I would be thankful to him. I would, and it's funny because she blames him for it not working out with that guy who was abusive. Turns out this guy, like, what, like, within like a week of them breaking up, after 4 or 5 years, a week, this guy goes and gets married to another girl. Literally, I am not joking around. It's like 1 or 2 weeks. Like, literally, he treated her like she was nothing. And that's, I mean, that's how people who are, like, they say, like, people who are abused become abusers. Because that's exactly what she is. Like, she was abused by this guy, and then she became abusive herself. That's exactly what happens. Like, people who are mistreated, they always mistreat other people. That's why, you know, you have to watch out. That's why you shouldn't let yourself be mistreated by people, because if you sit there and let yourself be mistreated, then you will eventually take it out on somebody else. You can't sit there and let somebody mistreat you for years. Like, you can't. Because if you do that, you will go take it out. You will find someone else who's, quote, weak, and then you will go take it out on them. So you need to, like, you know, you have to stand up for, like, you have to just, like, tell somebody where to get off. Like, you have to tell, like, even if you aren't, you know, like, you shouldn't always be angry all the time, but, you know, you can't just let someone mistreat you for years on it and just keep taking it. Like, you just cannot do that. Because you think, like, oh, look at me, I'm not standing up for myself, I'm the victim. But in reality, then you're gonna actually hurt somebody else someday. Like, you can't help it. You will. Because that's just what happens to people that are mistreated like that. They end up hurting somebody else. So yeah, it's really sad. Like, that's why I told Luke. I said, Luke, we have to, like, we gotta go now. Because your sister isn't there. And, you know, we should go where your family needs you, and we should go. You should go. I said, because I got a lot more respect when I went down there when one of my family members was in trouble. And you know, like, all these, like she actually lied about me so much because she hated me because I married Luke and she hated Luke, but also because I got the solos over her. She wanted the music solos in high school. And I'm like, literally, it's like years later and she's still rude to me when I've done nothing to her. It's like, and funnily enough, she actually told, the first thing I heard when I got engaged to Luke and I actually, like, came by and came to Massachusetts, the first thing I had happen to me was her mom sat me down and said that I stole a solo from her. That's the first thing I ever heard Luke's mom say. Luke's mother never said to me, like, I'm so glad you're engaged to my son, or like, so great to finally meet you. Nope, the first thing I heard was a complaint from Luke's sister about how I took her solo. Literally. And she accused me of stealing her solo. Like, how could I steal it? Like, I didn't even steal it from her. She acted insane. Like, the first time I saw her, like, audition for a solo with me, she heard me sing. Then she got angry because she knew I was better at singing than her. Then she started crying and she ran out of the room and acted insane. That's what happened. She didn't even audition for the solo. She didn't even tell her mom that part. I never even told her mom that part. Her mom thinks that she auditioned for the solo. She didn't. I was there. She never even sang one note. She didn't sing anything. She got angry because somebody else could sing well too. That's how sick of a person she is. I have never even told her mom that. Her mom has no idea. It's like, I'm gonna tell her mom that someday. I'm gonna be like, by the way, your daughter never even auditioned for that solo that she's been angry at me about for 30 years. She never auditioned for it. She just ran out of the room. I can't deal with people. Like, I can't, no offense, but like, I don't mind dealing with crazy nice people. I cannot deal with crazy abusive people. I cannot deal with it. I cannot deal with it. Like, I am done. So, I'm just gonna go. We're gonna say goodbye to his grandma, and I'm just gonna get out of there. I just hope that she doesn't, you know, mess with me.
The moon haunts you.
Whatever. But yeah, exactly. Like, she has hated Luke her entire life because he decked that guy. And honestly, if somebody would have decked my boyfriend and my boyfriend was abusive to me, I would have said, thank you, thank you, thank you. That guy was mistreating me. Like, and you actually stood up for my honor. At least somebody's a gentleman around here. Even like, I don't know what her problem is.
This is real.
So, whatever. The funny thing is, it's like, she's angry about her chances being lost with that guy. That guy did not care about her at all. He dated everyone at the same time. She's delusional. Like, he dated everyone at the same time as her. He dated every single girl in that place at the same time as her. And then he treated her like absolute garbage. Like, whenever she was with him, she wasn't even allowed to speak. And he, like, always was really mean to her. Like, I don't know, it's just crazy. Like, I just think, that's why, like, this is why I just think some people are possessed. Like, that's how I just see Luke. That one person who's mean to me. I just think, like, well, she's probably just possessed because I can't explain it any other way. Like, I cannot explain it. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I haven't done anything, literally, to her. And that's why, like, even today, like, when, like, if people are really good at a game, or really good at this, or really good at that, I think jealousy is a huge thing in it, because she hated me because I was, like, really good at singing, so that's part of the reason why I don't even have a music career today, is that I felt like I was offending her by singing. And so I just backed off from it, but that's what I wanted to do my whole life until I met her, and my life ended up being ruined because of her. And funnily enough, like, when I go to Luke's family's house, even though when I go home to my own parents, they always ask me to sing for events, they never ask me to sing. They always have her sing, even though I'm like a, you know, like, and then when I was in her church choir, they always had me sing. They had me sing in their, like, their quartet thing. And then when she asked to join it, they said, I'm sorry, you're not good enough. And then she was offended, and they thought, her parents actually talked to me and thought that it was a conspiracy against her. And all I wanted to tell them was, she is not a good singer. Like, you are delusional. Like, she has never been a good singer. It's in your mind that she's good at singing. She's angry at everyone because she thinks that she's a good singer when she's not. That's why she's angry, because she cannot understand. She's not good. She can't carry a tune. And that's what the people at the church told her. They said, we need someone who can carry a tune. And honestly, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And she's very... This is what happens when people have such an ego on them. Like, literally. And they're so delusional. It's like a family delusional thing. Like, it's not just her who imagines this. It's their entire family is like a narcissistic family cult. And I had to look that up, and I found out that's actually a thing. It's actually not just my imagination. If you actually look up narcissistic family cult, it is actually a term in psychology. So that's hilarious. So yeah, this will be a fun family meeting. I don't care. I'm just getting earplugs. Like, literally, I'm gonna have earplugs. And then if they tell me, like, oh, you didn't respond to me, I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just really tired. Like, if they say, like, I actually had, because Luke's sister turned her mother so much against me. I have never had a relationship with Luke's mom, ever. Because his sister lied about me and said I said horrible things about her since day one, when I never said any of those things, ever. She literally lied about me for 15 years to Luke's family. To the point where they had mistreated me for 15 years. And, like, I am just done with it. Like, I have been afraid to see them. Like, I was able to see Luke's grandma, like, last year. And, you know, and Luke's grandma, she never heard those. Like, Luke's sister never lied to Luke's grandma about me because she didn't find it relevant. There was no reason for her to. So I have a great relationship with Luke's grandma because no one lied to her about me. Like, she actually knew the real me, which is, I'm a normal person. Like, I'm not a horrible human being. I mean, I'm flawed, but I'm not horrible. Like, she literally lied to Luke's mom and said I had all these secret motives and stuff that I never had. And, like, so I cannot even, like, you know what I find weird is that Luke's family actually believed her. That's hilarious that, like, for all this time, as a pastor's family, people that are supposed to be nice, they've literally been abusive to me for 15 years. And, like, literally, how is that normal? It's not. It's not normal. Alright, great job, Jotaro. So, I'm just gonna go. I'm getting myself a pair of earplugs. And like if they say something to me that is messed up, I'm just gonna sit there and stare them right in the face and just like, they're gonna think that I'm just listening to them, but I'm not. I'm just gonna like not hear them. I'm just tuning them out. I'm done with it. Because I could take it if it was one person, but it's like a family of people that hate me. I can't deal with that. Like, I just can't. How can you deal with an entire family surrounding you saying horrible things to you? You can't. So, it's messed up. But yeah, that basically all stems to Luke decking that guy. And honestly, if he didn't deck that guy, the guy would have hurt his sister even more. So he didn't have any choice. He had to defend his sister. After he decked that guy, the guy left and finally left his family alone. It literally took, his family didn't do anything about it. His family just let the guy keep coming around his daughter, or their daughter, and keep messing with her. They didn't put their foot down. They didn't take care of the situation. And Luke finally took care of it and just punched him. And honestly, I mean, like, that's kind of why I like Luke, honestly, because he doesn't mess around. Like, that's one of my favorite things about Luke. He doesn't just like say stuff or act like, oh, well, I don't know, there's nothing I can do about this. He actually takes care of the problem. Like, okay, there's this guy trying to hurt my sister. Okay, I'm going to take care of it. And he does. So that's what I like about my husband, is I don't have to feel afraid that someone can just keep hurting me. Luke will actually take care of it eventually. Unlike most people that I know that are just completely wimps. Like, most people I know, they have no backbone whatsoever. It's like, he's the only one in his family with a backbone. That's what I think, anyways. But, okay, here's me. But yeah, that's what happened. It's like, pretty messed up. Yeah, they are camping. Yeah, exactly, Later Gator. I mean, the thing is, like, I've had people hurt me. I've had people, like, physically hurt me, and my brothers, they just stood there and watched it. Like, they didn't do anything. Anything. So I will tell you that my husband is a lot more brave, and he cares about people a lot more than my brothers do. You know, so, I mean, I don't respect people that just stand there while somebody's being hurt, you know. I don't believe in that. My brothers were being physically hurt by somebody. When I was younger, I actually got between the person who was hurting my brother, and I got hurt instead of them. I actually did something about it. And that's the kind of person Luke is as well. So, I mean, I don't respect Luke's sister because she's just very, you know, she didn't respect herself. She didn't respect herself enough to tell her boyfriend, you're abusing me, you're a complete jerk. And also, no offense, but like, I think a lot of people who are mean and abusive are idiots. I'm not trying to be rude, but like, you would have to be very stupid. You would have to be very stupid to not realize that somebody is dating everyone in the school with you. Like, and you would also have to be very abusive to your own brother to literally allow him to have, like, literally to the point where you would allow why would you do that? Why would you allow, like, why would you be okay with dating a guy who's only pretending to be friends with your brother to get to you? Why would you do that? What kind of person would do that? Not a good person. Not a good person. Thank you, Miss Deanna says, I have no idea, Miss Amber. My mom grew up with a church family, are both deacons, so they were strict with her siblings. I know Grandma and Papa would have had our backs. Thank you, Miss Deanna. I'm sorry, I'm just venting. Sorry. Just angry. Just... Thank you, Miss Dana. You're breathtaking. Alright, let's try to get some other people in here. But yeah, exactly. Like, you would think they would be more, like... Yeah, you would think they'd be more strict. Okay, I only have some people in here. I don't have that many people in here, so... Alright, so let's just try to get... I don't know who was trying to get in. Mario Brothers. But yeah, I mean, that's why I, you know, like, people, I mean, you know, people on the internet, they act like, oh, like, Luke's really hardcore. It's like, yeah, he's really hardcore because he, you know, he's not, like, the one time people said that Luke was really mean to viewers, that was because somebody said something horrible to me and I was crying. He was just standing up for me. Like, it's funny that people then use that against him. And this is the second time. Because they use that against him with his sister. Like, his sister, like, if my older brother would have stood up for me and punched a guy and literally slammed him down on the, you know, on the porch because the guy was being abusive to me, I would have been 1 million times nicer to my brother from then on. I would have been. I would be like, I am the best brother in the world. Like, I actually have a brother that respects me and cares about me and loves me and is willing to actually risk himself to literally make sure I'm okay. Like, literally, I have no clue what her problem is. Like, I would never react that way. And I was actually in a singing group with her, and before I knew her very well, I was in a singing group with her, and I actually asked to replace her because she could not hold the tune. And that's the first time I met her, and I was so annoyed. Not only could she not hold the tune, but she kept singing my part. And it was so annoying because she kept lying and saying I was singing her part. I had to memorize all 3 parts then, and every time she moved to my part, I had to sing her part because she was not singing it. And I will tell you right now, she cannot hold a tune. She had one teacher tell her she has an amazing voice, but the problem is she only has an amazing voice when she's practiced the song 50 times and she knows the song really well. She cannot sing in a group of people. She cannot hold a very good tune. She cannot sing church choral music. She cannot sing harmony. She's not very good at singing. She can't even hold a note like very long with a normal tone of voice. Like, she's just not a good singer, but she thinks she is. She's like one of these people like on whatever you call it, on you know, like American Idol, where they're like, my town says I'm the best singer in the world. It's like, yeah, you're delusional though. You can sing maybe 1 or 2 songs well, but are you a good singer overall? Do you have you know, knowledge and ability to hold, you know, do you have good breath control? Do you have a, you know, steady tone? Is your, you know, do you have a, you know, like what kind of resonance do you have in your tone? Like, you know, how are you enunciating all your words? Like, you know, are you good at following direction of the choral teacher? Like, it's just not like you can sing. Singing one song is easy. Being a good professional singer means you would have to be able to sing lots of different styles of music and be able to work well with others. That she doesn't have. And she doesn't watch this anymore. She came on one time, like, when we were first starting out on YouTube, and she started screaming at our fans, and then started, like, harassing Luke, and started saying she was gonna get his videos taken down. That was when Luke was just starting out. That's how evil she is. She's not abusive, she's evil. She's just very evil. Like, and it's funny because when she came on, the first time, and she tried to mess with Luke's channel when he was just starting out, it's hilarious. The funny thing is that she actually said, I know them, like, me and him, like, and then she was screaming at the viewers and saying, I know them. And it was like, well, maybe you know us, but it doesn't mean that you're a very nice person. Like, I mean, just because you know us doesn't mean you're nice to us, or that, you know, we hang out with you. Like, that doesn't, just because you happen to know us because you, that's hilarious, because she could have just said, you know, I'm his relative, but she didn't. She has so little respect for Luke. And then after that, when Luke started gaining subscribers, all she did was sit here and go, oh, I noticed you have 200 subscribers. I noticed you have 1,000. I noticed you have 50,000 subscribers. I noticed you have 100,000. Oh, maybe you can help promote my blog. Literally, she has never helped us with anything in her life. I actually went around. She was trying to make a fashion blog. I actually took pictures of her in her stupid fashion outfits to help her with her vlog. She has never helped me with one thing in her life. She's never helped me with anything. All she does is ask me for things. Absolutely ridiculous. Like, I am so done with it. And she, you know, so when she and her husband invited us for their wedding, I did not, they were going to pay for us. I drove up there and I paid, I just drove up there and I just paid for my own hotel. And I didn't even eat. I didn't let them pay for my food, nothing. Like, they are not paying for me. I'm not allowing them to pay anything for me. And like, if Luke's family tries to, I don't know, that's how Luke's family tries to get me, is they act abusive, and then they try to pay for stuff for me after that. And it's hard for me because my family is poor, so I can't, you know, I do need the money, but, you know, and my family can't afford that, so they keep paying for stuff, so I can't actually afford to see my own family because my own family can't afford it. You know, I had to keep taking time off for them, which lost me money from my job. I had to keep going to see them over and over and over again, which kept losing me so much money from my job. Then I couldn't afford to see my own family. So, just, this is how rich people act who want to control you. Like, this is how they act. I really, 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 really hope Luke does not take their money for a hotel. Like, I will literally starve myself for 6 months and eat nothing. I do not want their money for the hotel. Like, not that I, you know, don't need the money, like, as long as they're nice to me, like, if they act nice to me, but if they act abusive to me, I am not, like, I will just sleep outside in my car. Like, I will just go visit them, and I will just sleep outside in the freezing cold. I'm not going in their house like that. If they treat me like that, I'm not going in there. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just a little stressed out. Yeah, so, yeah, hopefully it'll be fine. And that's why I really want to get a camper van, and then in the future, I won't have anyone have any power over me. I can just literally park my van in their parking lot or on the side of the road, and if they're like, oh, you know, like, oh, you know, I can't believe you're not coming inside, you know.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
You know, because that's what they, you know, I don't mind going inside to visit them, but I am not staying overnight, because then they, like, put it over my head. Like, oh, remember, like, you're here, and that's what they used to do. They used to insist that I come to their house, and then they used to yell at me saying I came in too late, and scream at me. When I literally didn't want to be there anyway. I didn't want to even go there anyway. They were the one who forced me to do it, and then that's their whole thing. They love conflict. They love abusing people. They love,
What the hell is that?
they love hurting people. That's their demons. That's what they feed on. Like, literally, their whole reason for living is to hurt people. Like, that's what they do. That's why it's literally like, it's if you had a family member who was a demon. That's literally what it is. So, I can't deal with it. Like, I cannot, like, if they, this is why I really need to get to the Midwest, because I cannot be around these people anymore. And I can't get there because YouTube has taken all my everything. I don't know, but hopefully it'll be better. I don't know. But anyways, yep. But yeah, I'm gonna get myself some earplugs. Like, I'm literally going to. Because, like, one time, because I don't even have any reason for Luke's mom to hurt me, but she literally would say horrible things to me all the time. Because she believed that I hated her. Because Luke's sister told her that I hated her. I never said that. And finally, I had to call Luke's mom. I hardly ever call her because she's always cruel to me. I finally called her because I had to, because Luke's grandma is, like, dying, and she was a little bit nicer to me, but I don't trust them. Yeah, and just, you know, like one time Luke's mom like said something horrible to me, and I couldn't actually, I was a godsend. I believe God protected me from it because I had the faucet was running. I didn't hear anything she said. She screamed at me, and then she was like, and so there, and she like walked back up the stairs. I have no idea why she screamed at me, and to this day, I have no idea what she said, but she felt better saying something awful to me. I don't even know what she said. Like, I don't believe I ever deserved to be screamed at. Like, I never, for me, what makes me upset is every time they're screaming there, it's on a holiday. And what I hated is with my grandfather, when he was alive, there was no, like, our family, if they would argue, it would be on every day but Christmas. And in this family, it was always on Christmas when they were arguing. And that was very hard for me because my grandfather made a rule, no arguing on Christmas, because it was a holy day, you know, because it was when Jesus was born. And, you know, for me, it was horrifying to have people screaming on Christmas. Like, I could not stand it. Like, it was just horrible for me. Like, it was, like, destroying my, like, I couldn't feel safe at all. Like, why would I want to go over for Christmas if everyone's screaming? Like, it's just crazy. So that's why I started, like, learning to just cook on my own. I hope, you know, I really hope it'll be okay. But I told Luke, I said, you know, like, your sister isn't there. Like, we need to, like, get in the car and go now. Like, I would have gone 4 hours ago. I would have just gone. I would just cut out all the streams. I would have just already gone. Alright, great job, Mage Wolf SVP. But, I don't know. Let's see what happens. It's like, I think, like, Luke doesn't understand that, like, literally me being married to him, instead of him being married to another person that's like his sister or his mom, I am like the opposite of his sister or his mom. And I'm the opposite of my mom. I'm not like I'm my own person. I don't act like anyone in either of our families, and that's a good thing. I just act like myself. Because I didn't want to act like, you know, I didn't want to act like that. I didn't want to act like that. There's no reason to. So, oh my gosh, Mario Ant is just sitting there. But I mean, everyone blames everything on me, but in reality, if I wasn't married to Luke, people would be a lot harder on Luke, because I was there before Luke got married, and it was really bad. And I know it would be bad now. Like, if Luke was not married to me, it would be very bad. Like, they always attack the person who's a scapegoat. The person who actually knows how to stand up for themselves. Because I know how to stand up for myself, because I don't want people to push me around. You know, because I believe if I allow people to abuse me, then I'll just end up abusing other people someday. So I'm not allowing that. Plus, I have self-respect. Like, you can't live your life allowing people, you can't just take everything people are throwing at you. You can't just sit there because then you have no self-respect. Like, you know, what kind of person are you if you just take insults over and over again and you don't say anything, or you just take it? Like, for me, like, I would just leave I would just leave the room. Like, if someone keeps insulting you every time you go over for a holiday, just don't go over for the holiday anymore. There's no written rule. You're not gonna go to jail for not going to Christmas with somebody because they're abusive to you. They might, you know, you could just visit them after Christmas. Or you could just, you know, or for me now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to actually cook for them. They can come over to my house for Christmas, and then it can be my rules. Like, because you know, and that's, you know, then they'll have to second guess before they scream in my face since they're sleeping, you know, in my house. You know, it's like, you know, it's just like, it sucks. It really does. Because I don't think most families are actually like that. I really don't think it is mostly like that. But, well, that was a terrible thing. Okay, great job, everyone. Yeah. So, alright, great job, everyone. Alright, so we're gonna do another round with this team, and then we're gonna go back. But yeah, it really does, it really is bad. But I know that if somebody was really like, Luke can't do it anymore. I think he did that when he was a teenager. Like, now he'd probably get arrested if he did that. But, I mean... Like, there's been several times, like, Luke actually stood up for me one time. There was a guy that was, that my family had picked out for me.
I'm not a
that
hero.
literally
I'm the
said,
Punisher.
like, no joke, like, and you have to remember, like, when I was 20 years old, I was in a Miss America pageant of my town, and I was, you know, really nice looking and stuff. But when I was 20, there are no pictures of me when I was 20 online.
Only cowards see shades
It was
of gray.
much before I was on the internet. By the time I got on the internet, I had already ended up being so stressed out. I had gained so much weight because of the stress from Luke's family. I have never gotten back to how I looked when I was 20. So every picture of me on the internet has been me stressed out. But before I was stressed out from Luke's family and being disowned from my own family, I actually looked pretty good. And I actually, people were always like hitting on me and stuff. I don't, not anymore, obviously, but you know. But this one guy that my family had picked out for me, like, he actually said, like, Luke was in the bathroom with him, like, and he said, like, but basically this guy was who I thought was my friend. Apparently he wasn't my friend. The guy was a complete idiot. Like, not only did he pretended to be religious to get around me, he also, like, basically, like, he kept sitting next to me and pretended to be my friend. So, like, this one guy was, like, I did the wrong thing. There was a guy that was very unpopular in school, and he asked me to the dance. I don't know if it was prom or what. I think it was prom. And I should have gone with that guy. That guy's name was Zach. He was very unpopular in school. People he was just goofy, but he was very sweet. And, you know, he was in choir with me. I should have just gone with him. Everyone made fun of me, like, for wanting to go to the prom with him. Like, I also didn't want to lead him on anymore, because I liked him as a friend, but I didn't really like him.
Bad choice, kid.
You know, so I didn't really want, like, for me, I couldn't really date somebody I didn't see myself marrying, like, for me. So, I didn't really like this idea of just going on dates with people. If it was obviously not going to go anywhere, like, I would probably,
all eyes on these
like,
coordinates.
you know what I mean? Like, I don't believe in just randomly dating people, like, just going on endless eating sandwiches for months on end when you don't even, like, you can't see yourself marrying that person, like, ever, because you're not in love with them, like, you're not in love with them, basically, like, there's nothing, like, I don't know how to explain it, like, but basically this guy asked me to the prom, and I should have gone with him. Like, to this day, I know I made a mistake. I should have just gone with him, because, you know, he was the best guy that asked me to the prom. He was nice, and I should have just gone with him. Everyone was bothering me about it. Even my choir teacher was bothering me about it, and people were trying to make me like, oh, you're gonna be uncool if you go with this guy. And I was feeling very stressed out. People were pressuring me, and I just didn't know. I just told the guy maybe. And I was very stressed out about it, because the guy liked me a lot, and I didn't, you know, I liked him as a friend. I didn't really like him, like, I did not see myself marrying him or anything, like, you know. But anyways, this other guy, this jerk face, like, you know, I ended up I ended up going with him to the prom instead because he was just my friend, and I thought it would be better to just go with a friend. But this guy was completely, like, the wrong choice for me. I didn't even know. I just was going with him because I saw him as a friend, but this guy was a jerk. Like, he was a snake in the grass. Like, Luke ended up going in the bathroom with this guy, this popular guy that I ended up going to prom with, which I regret terribly. Like, I hate the guy, and I hate those pictures, and I would cut them out. Anyways, Luke wasn't even at my high school at the time. Like, Luke graduated a year before me, so he didn't even know me when I got invited to prom, so I didn't even, but we did go to the same high school, we just never saw each other. So we actually went to the same high school, we passed each other probably hundreds of times in the hallway, and we never saw each other, and we never met, nothing. So, actually, I did see Luke one time. His sister pointed him out to me and said, "That's my big brother, he takes care of me." That was before she hated him. But she actually told me that her brother takes care of her. That was the first time I ever saw him. And he was wearing a leather jacket and a big cross necklace. And he had this goofy grin on his face, and he looked really cool, like an anime character or something. You know, he was really tall, and he looked really cool. His hair was a little bit slicked back. Like he was from the 50s or something, or the 80s, I don't know. So anyways, so Luke ended up, was dating me then, later on, after, like, this was after high school. Like, it was in community college later, and this guy went to the same community college as me, the guy who went to prom with. And the guy, Luke doesn't even remember this, because he hit his head on a car accident, so he doesn't even remember everything. I remember everything. I remember our first date, everything. And this guy was in the bathroom with Luke. They went to the bathroom at the same time, and this guy was talking. Luke was in the, like, behind something. Like, this guy didn't even know Luke existed. And he said, "Oh yeah, you know, like, Amber went to the prom with me over a guy, you know, that really liked her and she had dated, and she hadn't even dated me." He's like, "That's how much I know I have her." And then he goes, "I'm going to do whatever I want with her, and I can do whatever I want with her. Did you see the way her family, her mom treats her?" And then he said, like, he goes, "She's going to be super easy for me. Like, I can get my way with her, and I'm going to do whatever I want with her." And Luke literally was in the bathroom when this guy said this about me, the guy I went to prom with. And Luke literally, he doesn't even remember this, but he slammed his hand above the guy. Like, he was in the bathroom, he was there, and he was dating me at the time. He slammed his hand over the guy, and he goes, like, "I'm dating her, you better leave if you know what's good for you," or something. Like, he said something really cool, and he said, "Don't you go near her." And he said, "You better not do anything to her." And he, like, scared. The guy was so scared. He scared that guy so bad, because that guy looked like a freaking wimp compared to Luke. Like, Luke had taken martial arts and everything. Like, he was really, like, Luke was, like, really scary looking and really tall. And he, like, scared that guy. Like, that guy was so scared, he never talked to me again. He never spoke to me again. He stayed away from me. Like, Luke scared that guy, like, out. Like, I don't even think that guy even, I think that guy stopped going to that college. Yeah. And so, like, he told that guy, like, where to get off. And, like, I didn't even,
It's now or never. Stop
you know, I mean, I think most guys would not say anything, but he stood up for me. And, like, you know, the fact that Luke's sister, like, is mean to him for him standing up for her, when literally he did that for me, and I was really impressed. Like, I was glad he stood up for me. Like, that made me feel really safe. Like, I'm glad he scared that guy. That guy was a complete jerk. So, yeah, but if I could do it over again, I would have gone to prom with that slightly nerdy guy that asked me, because he was a lot nicer than the jerk I went with. The guy that I went with, a complete jerk. I should have just taken the heat. I should have just let everyone make fun of me. And I should have just gone with him because You know, he was a sweet person, so, you know, that would have been a better choice. I wish I could go back and do that. Well, unfortunately, you can't go back, and I think, like, if you're able to go and look at your life and realize what mistakes you made, maybe it can help you be a better person knowing that you did the wrong thing. Like, oh, like, I made the wrong choice, but at least I know I made the wrong choice. Like, I'm not rationalizing it like, oh, no, it's fine. I went with, you know, the jerky guy, you know. No, it wasn't fine. I should have gone with the first guy who asked me. Yeah, that's how I know, like, Luke's sister isn't, no offense, but she's an idiot. Like, she has one of the nicest brothers in the world. Like, he is one of the most nice people I've ever met in my life. And the fact that she has him as her brother, she's an idiot for not realizing. And that's why, like, honestly, when we started doing YouTube, that's why I just prayed. I was like, please, God, help Luke to get some respect in his life, because, you know, I just felt like the people did not respect him around him, and, you know, it's like, if people in his family didn't appreciate him, at least other people did online. And, you know, I would say, you know, that is one good thing for having a YouTube channel, is like, you know, if you're surrounded by jerky people, maybe it is good to have a YouTube channel, because you actually get to meet nicer people online than your own family, because sometimes you don't get to pick the family that you're stuck with. Like, you do not get to pick your family, and your family is not always nice. And even if you're the only nice one in your family, sometimes everyone will hate you because you're the only nice one. Because then you're like the scapegoat, and you're the person they blame everything on, because they hate themselves so much of their horrible life. So yeah, good job, everyone. Yep, Luke is sleeping because he's not doing well. That makes sense, Miss Dana. If it makes you feel better, I didn't go on a date with anyone at my prom. There you go, Miss Dana. That does make me feel a little bit better. I didn't really want to go on with anyone for my... Like, I tried to go with my friend, who's a girl, on for one of the dances, and I just felt awkward because we were just standing there to see if someone would want to ask us to dance, and then nobody did. So, you know, I just thought, oh, I'll go with my friend who's a guy, and then the guy turned out to be a total creepazoid. Alright, guys, let's see what everyone looks like. You finally got on the live stream? I mean, we live stream, literally, we live stream 4 times a day, every single day. For the past 3 years, we live, literally, there's hardly an hour when we're not live streaming. Like, I could hardly imagine anyone turning on our channel without getting on the live stream. It's hard for me to believe that people aren't seeing our live streams, since we're live streaming 24/7. That's hard for me to believe that anyone can't see our live streams. Alright, great. Okay, great job, Jotaro. Yeah, definitely makes sense, Later Gator. I mean, like, in Japan, the girls ask the guys. Like, in America, guys always ask girls, but, like, in Japan, girls ask the guys. Like, in the United States, it's like, it's a given that girls get asked to go to the dance. But in Japan, a lot of times women confess to men. Like, the girls confess to the guys. It's like opposite. So, I mean, I don't know which way is better. I mean, whereas in the United States, it's like, oh, if a girl would ask a guy, it'd be like, oh, you're so forward or something. Or as they say, like, I always heard, like, a lot of people would say, like when I first got engaged, I heard a lot of people give me, quote, advice on relationships and stuff. And I always heard people tell me that, yes, guys ask the girls, but girls create the bait. Like, girls basically manipulate the guy into asking her. That's basically what a lot of American women believe, that they can actually get the guy to ask them. Like, that they leave hints and stuff, like, always sit next to the guy, or, like, you know, like in the movie Clueless, where she, like, drops her pencil near him. Like, these ladies have, like, an art of, you know, getting the guy to ask them. Like, a lot of women, they believe that they can actually get the guy to ask them out. Like, they can actually leave so many hints that the guy will actually ask them out. I didn't do that with Luke. Like, it just happened. Like, I was playing my piano, Luke heard me playing my piano, he asked me out. So, it's like, well, actually, he didn't ask me out first. He asked me to church, and then when I got to church, then he asked me out. So there you go, gentlemen. You could try that. You could ask the lady to church or somewhere else first, like to a group of people, and then ask her out after that. But yeah, I don't know how I would do that. If I was Japanese, I do not think I could ask the guy out. I don't think I could do that. I would just remain single my whole life. It would be horrifying. My brother, who's younger than me, was trying to ask me for advice on asking girls out, and I had no idea what to say. Because I'm just glad that I didn't have to ask anyone out, because I don't think I would be very good at it. You know, I don't think I could do it. You know, my advice would just be, like, pray for the right person, for God to lead you to the right person. That's all I could ask. That's all I think you can do. Yeah, I think Luke is a great person. He's one of the, he's like a diamond in the, I think he's one of the nicest people I've met. And I think Luke's sister is an idiot for being mean to him. She has no idea that she has a really good brother. She is clueless to that fact. And from what I've heard, and I mean, from what I've heard, her and her husband, like, she got married a while ago, and
that's how I like it.
you know, from what I've heard, her and her husband, like, from what Luke's grandma, like, from what Luke's family has said, like, when we talk to them
30 seconds before
casually, like, they mention that they argue, like, all the time. Luke's grandma noticed when we went to visit him that we never argue. We're just chilling out, we're just talking, we're not, like, mad at each other all the time. When we're working and, like, you know, there's a stressful situation maybe, but when we're just chilling and nothing's happening, we're completely fine. We like each other's company, we don't hate each other, we like each other a lot.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Oh, you just, I just ordered the Blades of Chaos. Okay, thank you, Dark Alexis. Yeah, exactly. I can see why he sees himself as a delinquent since he moved to the Midwest. Yep, definitely, Miss Deanna. He is a good person. He just...
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
You know, I try to get Luke more, like, I try to get him more stuff that says New York or New Jersey or Massachusetts on it, because he's more of an East Coast guy. Like, Luke's sister actually lived in the Midwest longer than Luke did, and you know, one thing about people from the East Coast, different from the Midwest, is like, the Midwest, there's two personalities. There's your personality you display to the world, then there's their real personality. Whereas in the East Coast, you just have one personality. And I'm not making this up, because I lived in the Midwest for a long time, and when I was growing up there, people used to tell me all the time, like, why aren't you smiling? And they would, you know, they would be asking me to smile and put on a good face for people, and make sure you're smiling, make sure you're saying that in a more uplifting way. So, like, when you're sick or when you're tired or when you're not having a good day in the East Coast, like, people pretend that they are having a good day. Like, they go out of their way to They go out of their way to try to make people believe that they are fine. Like, they don't act, like, when they are not feeling well, they do not say they're not feeling well. They just pretend that they are feeling well. I don't know how to explain it, but the Midwest is different than the East Coast. Like, you have to put on a face all the time. You're in the Midwest, like 24/7. So, yeah, if you're coming from the East Coast and you go to the Midwest, people are going to be mad at you because you're not putting on the face. Like, you're not putting on the pretend persona that they want you to put on. And, you know, why would you? Because in the East Coast, if you're not feeling well or you're tired, you're just going to say, I'm tired right now. But in the Midwest, you're never tired. You're always happy. You're always upbeat. You're always in a great mood. But then, of course, that only lasts for a while, because then people from the Midwest, when they're in a happy, upbeat mood 24/7, eventually that facade will crack at some point. You know what I'm saying? And then there's your real personalities behind that. And that's why the East Coast is different than the Midwest. They're the same people. It's just in the Midwest, there's an unwritten rule that you have to be happy all the time, 24/7, and you need to smile. And you also have to make everyone else feel happy 24/7. And you have to make sure everyone thinks that you're happy 24/7. And you have to make sure everyone feels like they're having a good time 24/7. So
You look tough.
that's why it's stressful when I have people over at my house that are from the Midwest, because I'm like my family or whatever, because I have this added pressure of also having to pretend like everything's fine 24/7, even if it's not. Like, even if I'm tired or something like that, I have to always be smiling all the time. So yeah, I mean, like, Luke going from the East Coast to the Midwest as a basically teenager was horrifying to him. Like, it was very, because he's actually a really good person, but they made him feel like he wasn't a good person because he wasn't from the Midwest. It's like a culture thing. It is exhausting. That's the problem with it. It's very exhausting. That's the problem with it. That's the whole problem with it. Like, that is the problem with it, Mistina. It is exhausting. It's not real. It's like you're spending so much energy. And it's also like everyone from the Midwest, like, they act like, oh, we're making everyone feel happy. But the problem is nobody is really feeling happy at that point, because everyone from the Midwest is actually in on it. Like, you're putting on a play for everyone, and everyone knows that it's a play. Because everyone else who's around the Midwest is also from the Midwest, and it becomes stressful, actually, because the problem is, it becomes like, if you don't put on a smile and you don't act happy enough, people will actually call you on it and be like, where's your smile? And like, so when people actually visit the Midwest from the East Coast, they're like, oh my gosh, everyone's so happy here. And they're like surprised. But if you've lived there for a long time, you know that it's not real. Like, but for me, I didn't know that it was a facade. Like, for me, I didn't know. Like, I thought everyone had to make sure they were happy every day. So I did everything I could to make sure I was happy. Like, for me, it was actually real. Like, Luke and I have actually talked about this, that he thinks, like, maybe I was one of the only people in the whole, like, city that was real for, because I would, like, sing in the morning, and I would do things that made me feel happy, and then I would actually get myself in a good mood, and then I really would be happy. Like, so I got used to that, but I didn't realize for a lot of other people it was just fake. Like, so maybe there are other people like me out there that actually are from the Midwest and they really are happy. So I mean, I haven't totally discounted that, but I have found, like, that's why I don't trust, like, people who are smiling too much, because, you know, I have, like, you know, I've encountered, basically what I'm saying is Luke's sister is very Midwest-like, and the problem is she doesn't have the foundation. Like, a lot of the reason why people from the Midwest are happy all the time is they have the foundation. Now, I don't want to diss my people too much because where I'm from too much, because actually a lot of people in the Midwest, their foundation is that they believe in, you know, the greater good, and they believe that God loves them, and they believe that they have to, you know, even some people in the Midwest actually pick up trash from the road without anyone asking them. Like, so there are people that literally are from the Midwest, and they literally go out of their way to always be super nice to everyone, and it's real for them. It really is real. But for some people, it's fake. So you go to the Midwest, everyone's smiling, and for some people, it's real. They really are trying to make the world a better place. They're trying to be as kind and good as they can. And for them, it's completely real. They're thankful every day to be alive. They're doing everything they can to help their fellow man. And then for some people, it's completely fake. They just live in the Midwest, and they're just faking it. Like, the smile is just fake. So it's just strange. Like, you know, that's why I was happy in some ways to... When I got to the East Coast, it was interesting because people were what they were. Like, if people were mean, they would just be mean. If they were nice, they would just be nice. If they were tired, they would just tell people they were tired. If they were sad that day, they would just tell people they were sad. They wouldn't put a fake smile and pretend like they were fine. So, yeah, it helped me. It helped me go into the East Coast because I didn't have to try to guess what people were really like under their mask. So, yeah, but it is exhausting, like, a lot, like, it can be very exhausting. Yeah. Yep. Alright, great job, everyone. Okay, here's Jotaro as SVP. I mean, I like both. I mean, that's why I like Pennsylvania. It's kind of an in-between. It's kind of an in-between thing. It's like, it's kind of in between East Coast, Midwest, and the South. And I like it because you have a general idea that people are going to be somewhat, like, really positive to you when you're in Pennsylvania. But what I like about the East Coast is when people actually are smiling, it's real. Like, whereas when you're in the Midwest, when someone smiles at you and it looks like they really like you and that you're their friend, they might be completely just, they're not playing you, they're not trying to manipulate you, that's just their culture. That's literally their culture, is to literally always smile at everyone and make everyone feel like they're their best friend. That's just the culture of the Midwest. Like, that, they're not trying to manipulate people, but if you grow up there and you have, like, say you have family members that are really super nice and smiley on the outside, and then, you know, like, it can feel, you know, but anyway, sorry to go into it so much. All right, great job, everyone. Okay, guys, so let's go see if we can get another person in here. All right, I'm gonna go back. So yeah, Midwest is a great place to visit. To actually live there is another thing. Because if you actually have to live there, then after you've been there for like 3 months, people will start, like, when you live there the first 2 months, they probably won't say anything to you if you're not smiling all the time. And then after 3 months, just watch. I'm telling you, after 3 months living there, just watch. People will come up to you and ask you why you're not smiling. So yeah, that's basically what, alright, we'll get Lord Draken in here, and then we'll try to get some more people in. So yeah, oh! What just happened? We got some more people out. Okay. Okay, guys, so why don't we do a new, we'll get one more person in here. Okay, Lego Andrew or Game Wing. We already have Game Wing in here. We got Mage Wolf. Okay. Okay, we got Cosmic Galaxy here. Did we get Cosmic Galaxy in here last time? Okay. Okay, did we already have Garrett? Okay, no. But yeah, that's... So yeah, I can totally see, like... And that's like when Luke started dating me and got to know me, he was like, wow, you seem really different than everyone else here. I was like completely opposite of it. I think I was the only, one in the entire town that we grew up in that it was real. Like everyone else in the town was faking it. Like faking smiling. And for me, it was real. It was real. Like every time I smiled, it was real for me. I was like happy to be alive. I was like really happy. Like I used to sing in the morning. I would hear the birds outside my window and sing songs when I got up as a little girl. Like for me, it was really weird, real. Like I wasn't faking smiling. I was really smiling. I was like Elf because I just thought that was the greatest thing ever. Like my family took me to a lot. Like I had like a very rich life growing up in a way. My family was very poor. But my mom always did tons of activities with me, and I love that. Like, I got to do art, I got to do music, I got to be involved in all these groups. I was in 4-H, I was in Girl Scouts. My mom would drive me everywhere. I would go to the library, we would do library events. Like, I just loved my life. Like, my life was just great. I had no idea that I was poor. Like, I didn't know. Like, I had no idea. Like, I didn't know anything. I just had a great life. So I was really actually happy. So, yeah. Alright, guys. We'll do this one, and then we'll see if we can get other people in if we need to.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
Amber living that Disney princess life singing to animals. Oh, yeah. Invisible Woman on the 10th. Awesome, Dragon Lord. Yeah, okay. Alright, guys. Sorry I haven't been pushing anything. Okay. Alright, great job, everyone. Okay, we're gonna try to push the short more, and we'll try to make sure we get, I can try to go back and change the team after this. I can do the best I can, guys. So it's 5:48. Okay. So we'll do another team after this round. What about that, guys?
That's how I like it.
But yeah, that's exactly what it was on Later Gator. Well, I had a really good life. Like, I had a very, like, I guess sheltered life. Like, in a way. Like, I never had to do a lot of the things that other people had to do. Like, my family, like, for instance, I never even had to go to the doctor. My grandfather was a doctor. I would just, if I got really sick, I didn't have to go to the hospital. My grandfather was the best doctor in the entire state. My grandfather went to Harvard, so he was really, really good. Like, if there was anything wrong, he would just take care of me.
Always liked Tokyo. But it wasn't always this.
So I was very, like, sheltered in that way. That's why I hate hospitals now, because they're so terrible. Compared to my grandfather, doctors are not very good. Like, I didn't realize how good I had it, my mom was home all the time, even though, like, Luke talks about his family working. My family didn't have really any money, but my mom was home all the time, and I really liked her being home. Like, that's why I kind of wanted to do YouTube, is I want to be home for my kids if I ever have any kids, because I really liked my mom being home all the time. I wouldn't want to be home. I have no problem with people whose family works, like, so they could have actual, like, things they need. Like, a lot of times I didn't have a lot of the things I needed, growing up. But, however, I did have a lot of things that a lot of other people didn't have by my mom being home. My mom could drive me to all these different activities. My mom helped me with a lot of stuff. She was always there with me. She helped me learn things. I spent a lot of time with my mom. And, I just had a really nice, I think I had a good childhood because my mom was a stay-at-home mom. I really was blessed by that. Like, she really helped me a lot, and it was nice having her there all the time. I didn't have to do latchkey. I didn't have to, she was always there, with my mom would, even though we didn't have a lot of money, my mom would cook, like, rice and and like eat some kind of fish or meat, and then like a vegetable, even if it was from the can or something, and I didn't like it. I mean, it was still like there was always something there, like so. You know, and also my mom encouraged me a lot. Like when I had a horrible situation with my family, in which my family like and I had problems. Like I had I had issues with when I started, like I said, like with the whole situation with Luke's sister and like all this stuff. You know, like I had, I had a lot of, there was problems that happened between my family and Luke's family, and I had like difficult time with my family for a while, and when my mom wasn't there to encourage me for singing, a lot of the girls that used to audition against me for singing, they were jerks. They were really mean to me and cruel. And without my mom being my, like my cheerleader, I didn't have any self-confidence to audition anymore. Like, I don't know, if I hadn't had it, if there wasn't any problem with Luke and my family, I probably would have ended up becoming a singer or something, because I really needed my mom around. Like, my mom was my greatest, she always encouraged me all the time. She always told me I could do it. Even when everyone else told me I couldn't do it, my mom always told me I could. And so I would keep auditioning, even though, and so I don't have my mom, like, her being far away, and then my mom passed away. I don't have anyone to tell, like, my husband is encouraging to me, but he's not like a cheerleader like my mom is. Like, my mom would literally cheerlead me. Like, she would literally be like, you can do it, I know you can, like, I believe in you, and, like, I know you sound amazing, and, I can't wait to hear you sing on, on a CD, and, like, she would just be a great cheerleader for me. So, like, I really needed that encouragement, because I'm very, like, I don't have a lot of self-confidence, so, like, most people, like, I just can't do it. Like, I'm like Barry Allen. Without my confidence, I can't do it. Like, I know I can do it in my head, but I can't do it in real life. Like, I can't, because I just lose confidence. So,
I like the cold. Be your best self.
But also, I mean, my family was a great cheerleader for me with singing and stuff, but the problem is, to be a professional singer, you can't just have encouragement. You also have to be, my family never was able to take me to New York or get an agent for me or anything. Like, I just auditioned for stuff in school, and that was great, but a lot of the other girls that were going up against me, like, they were auditioning in Chicago, and they were, their family was paying for lessons. My family couldn't. My family did, like, after I couldn't make varsity choir, even though I was very good, my family actually paid for lessons, but the problem was, my family didn't have any money for that. Like, my family paid for lessons for 1 year, and I ended up getting All-State and Honors All-State, just from 1 year of lessons, when most of the girls had, like, 10 years of lessons. I was able to sing, like, opera stuff in 1 year, so I was actually able to learn very fast. Imagine if I had actually had money for lessons and more opportunity, I could have done a lot more. But I couldn't, because you need money for that. Like, you can't just, So, yeah, I mean, I think my family did the best they could, like, So, I mean, I had a very happy childhood. Like, my family encouraged me a lot. But, yeah, they didn't have a lot of money, so... that's what I thought. I thought with YouTube money, I thought I could actually audition and pursue my music stuff. But it didn't work out that way, because the problem is when you're trying to earn money so that you can audition, all of your time is going to earning the money. There's no time to audition. Like, I don't have time to practice my music, because I'm doing 24/7. I'm trying to earn the money. So it didn't even occur to me that that would be a thing. Like, that I would actually, instead of doing music, I would actually spend 24/7 earning money.
I was on the brink.
So it's like, oh, wait, it didn't, I mean, it could have worked out. If I had had enough money, then I would have had, a little bit of time. I could have auditioned, but it didn't end up working out. It almost worked out. Great job, Game Wing. Great job, Cosmic Galaxy. And it's like, now I look back and I realize what my family was saying, where they wanted me to go into music school and then pay it off slowly. I get what they were saying, because I didn't really want to go to I didn't want to be a music teacher. I wanted to sing on a CD. Like, I wanted to actually make music. I wanted to actually audition for things and actually sing on stage and stuff, which, in another lifetime, I could have done that. I definitely could have. But there's only so much time and money and opportunity in life. Like, you only have a certain number of years. Like, once you're 30 years old, it's really hard to go back and do things. Like, you can't do everything you want in life. You only have a certain number of years. And then when you're older, you can't do anything anymore. You just have to kind of, like, coast through the rest of your life. You have to just kind of, like, do the best you can to take care of your parents, and just do the best you can to just play out the rest of your hand that you got at the beginning of your life. That's how I see it. I mean, maybe there's still, if I was doing better on my YouTube channel, I saw a lady on YouTube that is, like, in her 50s, and I've seen people that have ended up being an opera singer at 50. They've actually gotten the part at 50. So, like, literally, it's one chance in a million I could be a singer, but I spend so much time trying to get views up on YouTube that I just don't have any time. Like, I don't have any time for it. I would have to be practicing music 12 hours a day. And I'm not doing that right now. Like, I can't. Because I have to pay the bills. So, yeah, it's like, life is so weird. You don't even like, a lot of times you think, like, what your parents are saying to you doesn't make any sense until you get older, and then you're like, oh. It's like, oh, that's what you were trying to tell me. Oh my gosh. Because believe it or not, they have more experience than you do, and they actually know something more than you do. But you don't see that until you're older, and it's like, oh, crap.
Now, a disappear.
Alright, great job, everyone. You guys did great. Okay, so let's try to get a new people in, guys. Great job, everyone. Okay, so we're gonna go back, and I know Cosmic Galaxy just did one round. Alright, guys, so, okay. Let's try to get people who haven't played in yet. DJ wanted to get in. Cosmic Galaxy was just in one round. Lego Andrew, we'll get you in. Lord Draken hasn't done a lot of rounds, so we'll get him in. Okay. Dragon FE is in a game. Mage Wolf, I don't know who's hasn't been in here. Doesn't R hasn't been in for a while, I think, or G Buff. I don't know who, is there anyone who needs to get in? Yeah, definitely Miss Deanna. Yeah, parents, a lot of times, like, when they say something to you, a lot of times you think, like, oh, great, they're forcing me to do this. But in reality, most of the things they're saying to you, they actually are trying to do it for your good. Like, a lot of times they're trying to do it for your good. Thank you, Juan. You're breathtaking. Thank you so much. This game isn't on Nintendo Switch. Oh, okay. Does anyone anyone trying to get in? Okay, so we'll go. I don't see where Garrett is, so I'm just gonna invite Dozenar. Sorry, Garrett, if I didn't see you. Oh, there's other people that were on here, like this person. Okay, alright, thanks, Later Gator. Okay, alright guys, so we're gonna try this. But yeah, I mean, like, sometimes I think my life would have been better if I had just been a music teacher. I really didn't want to go into music teaching because I really wanted to sing on it, like, on stage. I really wanted to make music. I didn't want to teach music. But it didn't occur to me because I was a freaking idiot that I would have been able to make some music on the side while teaching it. I would have had the opportunity to probably record some CDs and stuff while doing my teaching. It didn't even occur to me, but for me, in my mind, I was thinking, like, I'm gonna make a whole bunch of money on YouTube and then I can go launch my CD or something. But yeah, sometimes parents are smarter than you think they are. Like, you know, sometimes they are smart when you think you're smarter than them, but in reality it's like, nope. Nope, you weren't. Hi later, Gator. Hi everyone. Okay guys, let's try it again. It almost worked out. Like, the one thing I regret is I wish I could have taken care of my parents more. I wanted to make a lot of money on YouTube and take care of them because I grew up poor and I wanted to take care of them, but I ended up working so much I couldn't really take care of them very much. And it's like, it sucks because it's like the more you work, it's like you want to take care of people, but then you can't even be there for them because you're working all the time. So it's like, oh, it just really sucks. Life just has, like, it's like, I don't know, I feel like life is hard for everyone. Like, some people are always thinking, like, oh, well, people that have all this money, their actually life is easy. But it's not actually true, because sometimes people with a lot of money, they're working all the time. So, to get that money, like, they have to work all the time. And it's like and for me, like, I don't know if it's true, but I feel like some of the jobs that I've had that paid more are more stressful. So it's like you get stressed out a lot from those high-paying jobs. And is your life really better then? Like, you're making more money, but your stress level is extremely high. So, yeah. Okay, guys,
until I fall.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Alright, guys, don't forget to like the video. We're at 115 likes.
I mean, have you met me? Dippy-toe, meet Moon Knight.
I don't speak squirrel.
If we don't get 1,000 views on this, I don't know if we're gonna continue the series, so try to get 1,000 views if you can. I don't know. I don't know what Luke's gonna do, because he's gonna... He's the person that runs the 1,000 views count.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
Oh. I don't want to be kicked out of the match.
To capture the mission area!
Oh, I can hear Zelda crying to Luke. She's trying to wake him up.
Okay, hold your horses. I'll deploy another beacon.
Yeah, and we can still Luke can still do a Punisher thing. Like, he's probably gonna show off the... Like, Punisher has a red outfit that he has, so...
Everybody needs a hand sometimes. Or a dagger.
Who needs a power?
Behold, the beast of Khonshu.
Great job, team. You guys are doing great.
Someone scratch my back.
Dippy-toe
Hi Connor. I don't know how I can reply. I have to like look at the, I have to look at the screen. I'm playing a multiplayer game. I'm not staring at the chat right now. I'm staring at the screen.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you for saying hi to me. I don't know. Maybe I did make. I think I did make the right decision in life because I could have made. Sometimes I think I made the wrong decision, but I think I made the right one when I actually was able to cook for my family and bring them up for Christmas, because my brothers can't do that. They both went to school forever and they work as teachers, and they can't do that on a teacher's salary. Like, they can't. I couldn't really do that either. I'll be paying that off for years, actually. But if on my old, like, I could have done that many times on my original YouTube salary. But my family wouldn't talk to me at that point. Like, my family had disowned me at that point. That's what I'm angry about, is like, when I actually had money, my family wouldn't speak to me, because my family has this thing where they don't like rich people, so when I was perceived as successful, they wouldn't talk to me. It was only after Luke and I losing all of our business on YouTube that my family actually speaks to me now, and I can't actually take care of them now. For years, Luke asked them if I could come for Christmas, and they refused to let me come when we had plenty of money to go. That's how it was really sad, is my family is just so stubborn. And it's like, they just, they just, my family has that mentality that, like, my family doesn't, I don't think, my family doesn't believe that rich people work hard, whereas I do. I believe that people who have money, like, they work very hard. Like, you have to work very hard to get, to have, like, to be able to afford things. Like, you have to work all the time. My family kind of believes that, like, rich people that are, like, decent, or people that live in the East Coast, or people that are fairly able to pay for most things and have a nice looking house and stuff, that those people magically have money randomly. And that life is unfair to them, like, unfairly good to them, and it's unfair. Like, it's just like, life is unfairly in their favor. But that's not actually true, necessarily. Like, a lot of people that have a lot of money, they actually work extremely hard.
Hey, I saw that turret thing you do.
And a lot of people aren't even, like, consider themselves rich. They just have enough money for health insurance, car insurance, a decent car. Like, my family always had, like, hand-me-down cars. Like, my family would always get cars from my grandparents and stuff. I haven't gotten anything from my, from anyone. Luke and I got a car one time from Luke's family, but it was a small car, and we paid them for it. Like, but in general, I never wanted to depend on people like that. But it's like my family, my dad still doesn't really admit that my husband really was really successful. Like, even now, like, even though the YouTube channel is really in bad shape, it's still better than what I grew up with. Like, I grew up with basically having to, like, my dad had to be, like, in the line for, like, discounted bread when I was younger, and, like, it was not good. Like, most of the cars my family got was from my grandparents. So, I don't know. I still think, like,
There's somebody who needs a bullet.
I'm still proud of what Luke and I have done. Like, even though things are hard, I'm very proud of us. Like, I know right now it's like we have to, have our members help us so I'm proud of all of us, like, helping the channel stay on the air. I really believe in 4 or 5 years we won't, like, for me, I don't know, unless YouTube is stupid and keeps this membership thing up where they continue to, like, expect YouTubers to ask for members. But I'm really hoping in 4 or 5 years we won't need members at all. I'm really hoping things can get better. Like, I think that things will get better. Like, I don't know. I really hope. I'm really hoping for that. Like, for me, as long as I can get, like, health insurance and car insurance and a car that, you know, is able to drive cross-country and visit relatives, and, you know, I'm able to somewhat decently, like, get nutritious food and, you know, take care of my cats. You know, like, I think, like, for me, like, that's being successful. Like, I don't... Like, even now, like, I've lowered my standards of everything that I want in life. Like, I used to look at things and be like, oh, look at this pretty purse and stuff. I don't really see that. I don't really see life. Like, I don't really look at things like that anymore. Like, I just think, like, oh, here's a purse that's $10, and I can purchase this every time it gets worn out on Amazon. I can get it again. And then I'm like, oh, I can put money towards a house or towards car insurance. Like, for me, now I just look at myself, I'm just trying to pay my bills. Like, that's all I'm trying to do.
You captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Like, that's why I like the YouTube channel, because it gives me something to, like, put all my effort into, instead of me working a job that I hate every day and having to, like, buy myself something nice to make myself feel better. Instead of that, like, I can actually focus all my energy on something that actually matters, like putting gameplay videos online, showcasing cool characters, you know, meeting new people online. It's, for me, it's something that's actually interesting and actually matters. Like, then I don't have to, then the rest of my life doesn't have to matter. And then I don't care what kind of purse I have or what kind of jeans I'm wearing or anything. It doesn't matter. Like, I mean, if I want to look cute in a vlog or something, or if I want to look nice when I see my family, but generally I don't have to, it doesn't matter. Like, as long as I'm wearing, you know, as long as I have, you know, like, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter as much to me anymore.
Control C's.
It's ours! Woohoo!
You're ready for action.
The area's almost yours.
It's spider time!
Enjoy the amplifier. See, I'm fucking helpful. Your powers are mine.
It's spider time!
Let's keep fighting until we have a winner.
Alright, great job, everyone.
First.
Nice little boost.
Another epic victory. Big win.
Yeah, some people inherit it and they don't have any idea the value exactly. Like, even my aunt and uncle, like, I don't know why I was saying this to them, but they, you know, like, they were coming here to take my brother out to lunch, and they live an hour from me. My uncle gets up every day at 5 in the morning, starts the generator at his house. He drives 2 or 3 hours into New York City as a psychiatrist. He works every day. He comes home every day at 9 p.m. at night. He didn't even have Thanksgiving off. And, you know, and my aunt and uncle are very nice. Like, you would not, like, if you met them, you would not think that they had a nice house or anything. You would not even know that they had, you know, a decent amount of money. Like, you would not know. Like, they do not act like it. They actually just wear normal clothes. Like, they don't even act like they don't act uppity or like they're better than anyone else. And I've basically kind of, like, based my life after them because I thought, this is great. Like, these people are actually nice and they work their tail off every day. And my aunt worked for many years as a Spanish teacher. And and now she spends a lot of the day at home. She's retired now, and my uncle just works. But yeah, when they said they were going to come down and see my brother, because they hardly get to see my brother because he's in Illinois. And my brother, that's the thing is, my brother acts like it's my job to bring him up to see him. Like, I have to work my tail, like, I have to work harder, I have to not eat, and I have to sacrifice meals, and I just have to eat ramen for months on end so I can bring him up to see me. And he supposedly, quote, doesn't have any money. But it's like, how is that my responsibility when my brother is literally over 30-something years old, and he's never paid to visit me once? Like, in all these years, he's never, like, ever come up to see me, like, you know. So it's like, it's like they make me feel bad, like, acting like, oh, you're so uppity with your, with your YouTube channel and all this, like, working every day, why can't you just relax? And then they get mad at me when I never see them, whereas every time I've seen them, I've had to pay for a hotel. They've never paid for me to see them. They've never given me like Luke's parents, like, they work very hard, and when we have gone to see them, I used to feel uncomfortable because they would try to give gas money, and I was not used to that because my parents don't give me any money. I can drive 15 hours to see them and get a hotel, and they won't give me anything. They don't, I'm like basically worthless to them, my parents. Like, I feel like I'm worth nothing to them. And the same with my brothers. And it's like, they don't understand how much money it takes for me to visit them. But exactly, Jojo, it's like, some people, they don't, like, when my aunts and uncle were coming down to see my brother, because he never is able to visit them because he doesn't have any money, because he didn't get a job that pays a lot of money. Because suppose my family is happy with my brothers, who both, basically work as assistants to, both of my brothers have the same job. They both went to school for like 8 years. And got straight A's, which is what I was supposed to do. And then they both got jobs that pay nothing. Like, and that's why I didn't want to go to music school, because, and why would I go to music? Why would I pay $300 a week for piano and violin lessons? Actually, no, correct me if I'm wrong. It's like $300 a month. If you pay $120 a month, it's, violin lessons are going to be about $30 a week for violin lessons. So I would have to continue to pay for violin lessons, $30 a week, plus piano lessons, that's another $30, plus people expect me to take voice lessons. That's what my family expected me to do. And then they wanted me to be an assistant, like, that's what my brothers do for a job. Assistant teacher. How much does that pay? Nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. You can't get anything from that. How am I going to pay off? I would have to be Mariah Carey to actually pay for all those lessons. Insane. And that's why I told my aunt, like, she was like, well, I'll come down and I'll take you out for lunch. And I said, I even told her, I said, I know the value of money. Like, you guys work hard. You don't need to take us out for lunch. Like, I'm just glad you guys came down. Like, you don't have to pay for us for anything. Like, you can just come down and say hi. Like, I hate it when people, like, when somebody, like a family member, and people know they have, they work hard or they have money, and then they just expect them to buy them something. Like, I don't want to do that, because, there's only so much money. Like after you pay for people, then you have to go and work, you have to earn it back. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't just magically, like, I don't know why, like, my family growing up, like, they have this mentality where people with money, like, they just had money. But that's actually not true, because a lot of people, they have to work every week for that. Like, after you spend that, then you would have to actually go back to the grueling job and do it again. You have to earn that back. So, like, for me, like, it gets frustrating for me with people with that attitude, because they don't they just don't get it, that it's actually, so it is hard to see, like, people that, exactly, like, inherit it, and they don't understand how hard it is. Like, somebody had to earn that at some point. Yeah. That's why, like, I'm trying to, I don't know. I'm trying, even though, like, I actually lose a tremendous amount on our channel when I actually do, like, when I was working, like, other jobs and stuff, I would actually lose so much money from the channel because I'm not here to make sure the views are going and sharing everything, and I actually lost more money from the channel than the money I earned from working. Oh, that sucked. And so, like, now, I think for me, the only thing I can think of doing is, like, actually, like, great job, everyone. Like, if I, like, DoorDash for, like, an hour, I can actually take an hour off my job without losing too much. And DoorDash for an hour and earn, like, basically nothing. And then use that towards groceries. Because it definitely won't cover groceries. Yeah, but, yeah, it's, like... But it does help me if I DoorDash for like an hour and then I get a little bit of money and then I can use that towards groceries. It helps me spend less on groceries because I'm more aware of how hard it is to actually earn that. But I mean, it's, yeah, that's why, like, I, you know, like, I tell people, like, it's like that's why it's like everything that people do for members and stuff for the channel, it's like it's going to the channel, you know. Like, we never take anything out of, like, memberships and stuff for, like, personal anything. It all goes to help fund the channel. So if I have to eat ramen, you know, for a while and the channel survives, that's the only thing that matters. Like, you know, that's what I'm but yeah, it is weird. But yeah, that's what I was trying, like, because you know, it's like, I don't know anyone in my family that would actually would drive into New York City every day and work, you know, 6 days a week and come home at 9 p.m. at night. My uncle would do that, but my parents and my brothers, they would never do that. I cannot imagine them doing that. I can imagine them laughing at someone who does that, who works that hard. And saying, like, oh my gosh, that's kind of excessive. It's like, well, it's not really excessive. It's called, actually, you know, paying your bills. That's what it's called. It's called, like, getting down to business and paying your bills. You know, it's called, you know, that's why, like, even in Luke's family, like, Luke has an uncle. He works in New York City as an accountant. And his mom would always, like when I first met them, when I first was at their family, like, his mom would always complain. She's, you know, that's her brother, the accountant. And she would always complain about him, like, oh, he's never around here. He never has time to visit, blah, blah, blah. It's always me visiting, blah, 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 blah. And it's like the guy, and then, like, you know, I meet Luke's grandparents, and they're like, oh, who got you that cane? Oh, you know, Luke's uncle did. Oh, who got you the TV so you can watch it? Oh, Luke's uncle did. Who got you that chair? Oh, Luke's uncle did. Who was able to redo the stairs? Oh, Luke's uncle paid for it. So it's, like, interesting that people always complain, like, oh, they're not around, but in reality, I could notice that Luke's uncle actually does care about Luke's grandparents, because he was always taking care of them. He couldn't always be there 24/7, but he was paying the bills, a lot of them. So, like, yeah, I don't like it how people are, oh, you know, people need to, I think there's a lot of people that they don't, it's like they don't understand, like, people that choose to work a grueling job like that and help people out with, you know, bills, or take care of even their own family, or even take care of themselves so that they're not a burden to other people, so they're not always asking for, you know, like, for instance, like, my family, like, they cannot come and visit me without me having to somehow try to figure out how to help them get here to see me, because certainly they wouldn't pay for it, even though, literally, I guarantee you, not trying to be rude, but I guarantee you my brothers both have enough money to come to see me. They just choose not to. Which breaks my heart, because I'm worthless to them. I really am. I only have one guy that actually cares about, I mean, you guys are all amazing and nice and kind, but I mean, in my family, it's like I have one guy that cares about me. That's my husband. That's why I really hate it online when people are rude to my husband. Like, do they have any idea, like, do they have any idea how I was treated before, like, Luke came around? Because I was not treated well by my family before I was married. I was not. You know, I was treated like I was nothing. Like, Luke treats me like I have value, and he takes care of me, and, you know, he wanted me to be on those videos with him, and he teaches me how to, like, edit stuff, and, like, I don't, like, he's, you know,
a nice deep freeze.
like, he just sees me as an important person. Like, he doesn't treat me like less because of, like, my family actually had to explain how badly, like, my family looked at me. Like, I mean, many people don't know this. I mean, I probably won't talk about this too much, but, like, I did not have, like, I had very difficult stuff going on before Luke came around. Like, people, like my brothers not letting me play the games with them was just the tip of the iceberg of how it was treated. Like, it was just the tip of the iceberg. Like, I don't even talk about it a lot because, you know, but Luke actually, like, even when we were first dating, like, sometimes he would actually just, like give me a hug while I was just crying because I was just having such a hard day with my family and stuff. And, like, you know, it's just odd that, you know, people online, they have no idea. Like Luke was the nicest guy I'd ever met. He was the nicest person I'd ever met. He was very nice to me. I even told his grandma that before, and I said I've never met anyone as nice to me as Luke, ever. And she said, well, she's like, that's not true. And it's like, yes, it is. I had never met anyone nicer to me than Luke, ever. Like, my family, my grandparents passed away, and they gave inheritance to 3 of us. And my parents told me that I didn't get any, and they also told me that I was disowned. And they told me, and they put it in my brother's name because, quote, from my mom, because my brother is a man. My mom told me that my brother, it was they put all the money in a house, that my parents didn't even have any money. They got money from my grandparents, and then they were supposed to give that money to me, and they didn't want to. They didn't want to give it to me. They were angry at me. They wanted to hang on to it, even though it was in my name. They were just like stewards of it. And they actually put it in a house under my brother's name. And they literally, you know, and what was scared, like, when I was younger, like, I was very scared of my family. Like, I was terrified. That was one reason why things got really messed up with my family. Like, I was actually afraid. Like, at one point I thought my like, many people don't know, but it's like my husband had to deal with a lot of stuff. Like, he actually got death threats from my family at one point, and he would go to my house and I was, like, crying and stuff, and it was not good. Like, there was a lot of bad stuff. Like, I don't talk about it a lot. So people always assume, like, all these haters online assume that I have a bad relationship with my family because of Luke. That is not true. I had a bad relationship with my family because of my family. I almost died when I was younger at one point. I thought I was gonna die. One of my brothers almost died growing up. And I had to stand in front of him, and as far as I could tell, his life was in danger. Someone was trying to basically hurt him very badly. Not good. Like, when I was a little girl, I once waited outside waiting for one of my family members. They just forgot to pick me up all day. You know, like, they just completely forgot to pick me up, and I was just waiting out in the rain, like, forever as like a little girl. Like, stuff happened to me all the time. Like, you know, it's just like, you know, I don't talk about it because Luke's family mistreated me because they thought they were better than me and they hurt me a lot. So I just pretended like everything was fine with my family. I just pretended like everything was fine because, you know, I'm not going to talk about it, but Luke certainly didn't cause any issues with my family. Certainly not.
Only 60 seconds left.
The opposite was true. My dad, that's why one reason my dad, I mean, my dad is a lot nicer now, but,
Keep rolling. We're getting closer.
you know, like as far as I know, like my dad read this, religious book in which it looked as though like you could actually have the permission to like kill a husband and wife if they marry without your permission, and I was very nervous about that happening. I was very I actually didn't I was actually like scared for my life for a little bit. I thought that was gonna happen to me for a while. So yeah, it's like like Luke did not have an easy time, like with my, like I didn't just like not see my parents for a while because I'm a bad person. Like I actually thought I was going to die at one point. Like I thought I thought some people were going to like I thought Luke and I were both in danger. Like it was pretty scary. And weirdly enough, like after I got out of that area, I actually saw somebody on the news that had that exact thing happen to them. Like, you know, somebody, they didn't get, you know, and I wasn't even the thing, like I had a whole, like I wasn't even going to get married without permission. I was trying to talk about it with my family. I actually got believe it or not, I actually got disowned for asking permission at 20 years old to have an apartment. That was what I got disowned for. I never got married or anything without their permission. Then when Luke was being set 10 death threats and people were hunting around for me and my mom took everything out of my bank account and I was scared out of my mind that she was going to kill me, then I had to leave. But before then, no, I wasn't going to do anything. So yeah, I mean, like, I don't talk about it. It's like, I don't even talk about it because it's like, you know, people just assume online, like, that, you know, Luke took me, you know, made me distant from my family or something, like the haters. But they have no idea. Like, they have no idea what Luke and I have been through. Like, just because, that's what I hate. That's why I have to over-explain everything to people, because I hate it how, you know, I go, well, sorry, I can't get you in the match. And people are like, oh yeah, okay, I see, you just much hate me. That's why you're not putting me in the match. It's like, no, I didn't say that. You're literally jumping to a conclusion that I didn't say. So yeah, I mean, like, Luke is he's a very good person. Like, he was put in a very difficult spot. Like, my family actually, I'm really glad that things are better with my family, because things were pretty rough for a while. Like, and it wasn't because of Luke. Like, I had one of my brothers look like, you know, basically I had one of my brothers look like they were getting hit so much that they almost died. I had to step in front of them to keep the person from hurting them. And then after that, after I stood in front of them, everyone blamed me for it. That was when I was at 15. So because of that, I was blamed for that, even though I didn't do anything. I was just trying to keep my brother from dying. I literally didn't do anything. Ever since then, I was in my room, like 15 to 22 years old or whatever. I never stepped out of my room. I stayed in my room all the time. My family always sat downstairs and laughing and watching videos. And even when I asked to come down, I was the black sheep from then on. I was mistreated for 7 years, the whole time. Like my whole life, I was treated like garbage. And, all I did was try to defend my brother's life. I should have called the police is what I should have done, but I didn't. But I didn't want to call the police because I don't like people dividing up families, but I should have called the police is what I should have done. So it's like, so yeah, it was really messed up, but yeah. Well, that's what then I was stuck in my room every single day. I was mistreated and I was treated like garbage. And, I was just, like, even when I would ask to watch a movie with my family, it was like, I was like Cinderella. I would ask to watch a movie with my family, everyone else was watching a movie, and they were like, oh, I don't think you finished your homework yet. My brothers literally didn't do an ounce of homework ever, and they always got to watch movies and do stuff. I was stuck in my room. I was told I had to be in my room all the time. So... And every time I came downstairs, people would blame me and say that I started an argument when I didn't. Even when I didn't speak, people would lie and say that I started an argument when I didn't say anything. So, it was very messed up. Yeah, sorry. It's just like, I just don't like it how people act like I don't talk about that part. Like, people always lie about my husband online, saying he took me away from my family. I could have died. Like, he didn't take me away from my family. I actually, I actually got an apartment on my own, and my husband was in, New York. So, there's no way my husband could have taken me from my family while my husband was in New York, and I had an apartment in Illinois on my own. So, you know, there's no way, you know. What? Alright. Okay, guys, so Luke says, okay, what do you want me to do? One more or what? No. Okay, guys, so thank you so much for watching. Sorry, I'm a little bit, stressed out because of family stuff. Sorry about this. Alright, so thank you again, for watching today. Appreciate that. Thanks for playing with me. And I'll see you guys, next stream, which will be coming up really quick. Alright guys, thanks for playing, and thank you for the super chat, Miss Deanna, and I'll see you guys in just a few minutes for the next stream. God bless and happy gaming. Thanks for playing with me.